Okay, we're going to continue our study in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. And in this session I mentioned that I was going to bring out or talk about the fact about what the falling away is being referenced to here in 2 Thessalonians. So I'm going to read from my notes and then I'm going to make a few other comments here, but about the falling away. And you'll find this, of course, in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Paul says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come." Now first of all, let's stop here for a moment and let's talk about what that day is he talking about. Some people think that, there's two options or two opinions here as far as what that day could be. That day could be the rapture, or that day could be what some people believe is the coming of the Mashiach, what they refer to as the second coming, or the time that he comes to rescue Israel, Yasharel, at the Battle of Armageddon. But let's talk about this for a minute. "For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." The falling away term of the Bible translation above here is taken from the Greek noun apostasia. The first 7 English translations of apostasia all render the noun as either the departure or the departing. Did you know that the 7 English translations that's made reference here is the Wycliffe Bible in that came out in 1384. The Tyndale Bible came out in 1526. The Cloverdale Bible came out in 1539. The Cranmore Bible came out in 1539 as well. The Breeches Bible came out in 1576. The Beza Bible came out in 1583. The Geneva Bible in 1608, right before the King James. Then after all these English translations, these Bibles that had translated this word as departure and not falling away. The King James Bible of 1611 was the first to change the above translations from departure to falling away, which has caused much confusion as to the timing of the coming of the Messiah and our gathering together to him. Most English translations have followed the King James Version in departing from translating apostasia as departure. No good reason has ever been given. Understanding the precise meaning of this Greek word should end any debate. If not for a bad translation from 1611 King James, there would never be any misunderstanding about the timing of the pre-tribulation rapture. Now, what Paul is making reference to here as far as that day shall not come first is talking about the day of Yahuwah, or the tribulation period. This is what this is in reference to. He says that day will not come until something happens first, and that is the departure. That's what these 7 English translations before the King James translated the word apostasia as departure and not falling away. See, down through the centuries, and of course the King James Bible is with this inaccurate translation of this word here, because the word actually could be translated in 2 different ways, but in as far as the remaining true to what really the word means, a better translation would be departure. And so because of the confusion here, we are missing what the revelation and the understanding of what Paul was trying to get over to us. This is a pre-tribulation revelation that the rapture has to take place before the day of Yahuwah can begin. That's what he's making reference. That day shall not come until there is a falling away. That's what the King James says. But the other English translations translated this word, apostasia, as departure. And you think about it, in fact, I remember for years, way before I really got an understanding of this, that that word had to mean departure, simply because it makes more sense when you think about it. The word, if it was translated as falling away, then we've always been looking, or people are looking for this, say, great falling away of believers from the Messiah. And in reality, that's, like I shared with you, I think, on my previous video, that the people that are truly born again of the Spirit, who love our Savior, are not in the position of falling away. Now, we all as a group of believers still have issues, and we may fall into sin, and of course, that's not what this is talking about, this falling away. That's why this word has been incorrectly translated as, like I said, as falling away, but it should have been translated as departure. Because not only does it make sense when you read it this way, it is the accurate translation of this word. And when you read it that way, everything just clears up as far as the timing of the rapture. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day. What day? The day of Yahuwah. The day of Daniel's 70th week. The tribulation period, the 7-year tribulation period, even though the word 7-year tribulation period, I've told you, really is not in the scriptures, but people have coined that phrase, and so you understand what I'm talking about here as far as this 7-year time frame. Daniel's 70th week, Jacob's trouble. That day shall not come until, except there be a departure first, and the departure, we know, is the gathering up of believers to be caught up to meet the Messiah in the air, and that is to happen before this time frame can begin. I think I've also mentioned this to you in the past as well, that the Messiah told us that the timing of his coming, of course his coming is in 2 phases. It's to come and take the believers, the true church, off the earth before the tribulation begins. We go to be with him there, and then his actual coming to the earth is at the end of the tribulation. But the point is that he's coming back for us before this time frame begins, and when you understand that that's what's being said here, then you can understand that the rapture has to be before the tribulation and not after. It also says, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. I had a friend of mine email me, and we were emailing back and forth, and I haven't seen this person in a good long time, and I think I brought up something about the rapture or something, going home soon to be with our Savior. But the person wrote back, and they said yes, they were really excited, and they know that they were waiting for the Antichrist to be revealed, and then we know that it'll be close or something of that nature. But I just I was just astounded, because this is where people get this idea, because if you read it, that the son of perdition has to be revealed first, as far as the rapture, all this doesn't make sense. We know the rapture can happen anytime. What's being said here is that the day of Yahuwah, or the day of the Lord, cannot begin until there's a departure first, and then the son of perdition is revealed, which will be the Antichrist. That's what's being said here. Not the rapture, has to, not the Antichrist has to be revealed before the rapture. You've got people have it backwards. So I hope this is clearing up some things. I want to go in more detail in this in our next session. So, and just answer some questions that you may have about this, because we really need to go into a lot more detail about it. But hope this encourages you. It encourages me to know that that we're going home soon, because there's signs of the tribulation period all around us. I mean, it's like I've already shared with y'all that